Jiang Shengqi was a guaranteed student. And to be with the school flower. He decided to drop out and repeat a year. I was the one who stopped him. The school flower fell in love with a small gangster during her repeat year. An accident resulted in 1 corpse but 2 lives lost. Jiang Shengqi found success and fame. And on the night of our wedding, he threw me to a group of small gangsters. I'm with you for this day. After all the suffering Ying endured. It's time for you to taste it. But he doesn't know that I am carrying his child. I died wronged. And when I woke up, Jiang Shengqi said he wanted to drop out of school. Xiaoye. I thought about it. And I've decided to drop out. When I woke up, Jiang Shengqi was holding my hand. I remembered my past life. When he threw me to the punks, the hand that he touched felt like a poisonous snake sliding over me. I withdrew my hand and said, "Do as you please." Jiang Shengqi suddenly became anxious. Meng Yu. You can't be so unreasonable. Ying has been accompanied by me in everything she has done since she was little. If I let her repeat a grade alone, she will be scared. Oh my gosh. It's as fragile as paper. What's so scary about repeating a grade? I couldn't be bothered to argue with Jiang Shengqi, so I half-heartedly replied. Just do what you decided. No need to discuss it with me. Lu Yu. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you. What kind of attitude is this? Is this person sick or something? In my previous life, I begged him in tears not to drop out of school. He blames me. Now I don't care anymore. He is still not satisfied. What do you want me to do? Jiang Shengqi took my hand again, his gaze burning with intensity. Xiao Yu. Let's drop out together. No way. Bro. You're love-struck. And you want me to join you in this disaster. I said seriously to him. I will not drop out. Jiang Shengqi is a guaranteed admission student. In order to attend the same university as him, throughout my entire senior year, I didn't play for a single day, even sleeping less than 3 hours a day. I managed to scrape by and get admitted. Now you want me to drop out. Stop dreaming. Lu Yu. Didn't you say you liked me? Is your affection really this cheap? Jiang Shengqi glared at me. If you don't accompany me in dropping out, we're breaking up. If it were the old me, I would surely be crying and begging him. But now, I couldn't wish for anything more than for him to stay as far away from me as possible. I nodded and said, all right. Let's break up. I directly blocked Jiang Shengqi. He didn't come to find me either. It's true. In previous arguments, I was always the one to back down, while he had been unafraid all along. Half a month has passed, and I haven't contacted him. Every day I eat, attend classes, and spend time in the library. In my last life, I was solely focused on romance, failing too many courses, and couldn't obtain my graduation certificate. Jiang Shengqi also saw this point clearly. He said to stop reading and that he would support me. I actually believed his nonsense. At home, I serve him like a mule. After finally enduring until the wedding, I almost exhausted my life away. If I start over, I must rely on myself. The teacher noticed my change as well. He asked me, aren't you revolving around that student who's getting a free pass every day? I shook my head. Men only affect my sword draw. Ah, no. The speed at which I come ashore. The teacher patted my shoulder, smiling with satisfaction. Just think it through. Turning my head, I saw Jiang Shengqi looking at me. A faint sneer appeared at the corners of his lips. He deliberately looked at me and said to the counselor, Teacher, I want to drop out. What? The office was in disarray, and I closed the door, completely exiting his world. I returned to the dormitory. My roommate called me to go out for dinner, a very expensive French restaurant. I joked, did you suddenly get rich? She smiled but didn't respond, saying, come with me to a place. She said she was going to give me a surprise. It was indeed quite a surprise. Pushing open the door, Jiang Shengqi stood in the center of the crowd, and his little sweetheart Ying helped him put on the birthday hat. Xiao Yu. I know you really like Jiang the campus heartthrob, but you're just too prideful to say it. Today, since it's his birthday, you should properly apologize to him. Go on. With a single shove, she pushed me out. I couldn't steady myself and crashed into the stacked champagne tower. Dozens of glasses shattered on the ground, and everyone turned to look. Upon seeing me, Jiang Shengqi smiled coldly. A glimmer of triumph flashed in his eyes. Hu Yingying's smile was awkward. Sister Xiaoye, what brings you here? Who invited you? Jiang Shengqi's attitude was distant as he said, if I remember correctly, we broke up, and no one here is welcoming you. Oh. I turned and walked away. I must have taken a wrong turn. Sorry. Stop. Jiang Shengqi strode over and grabbed my hand. How long are you going to keep playing this game of letting go to catch? I laughed. Brother, aren't you a bit too narcissistic? If I'm not mistaken, you must have dropped out by now. Right. You're just a high school student. And here I am. A college student. What gives you the confidence to think you can play hard to get? Hu Yingying retorted unceremoniously. Sister Xiao Yu, how can you say that? What's wrong with being a high school student? Brother Shengqi is a guaranteed admission student. Even if he drops out, he will definitely come back and pass with flying colors. I clapped my hands expressionlessly. That's great. Wishing you success. My words, like pebbles thrown into a pond, stirred up waves. Jiang, are you dropping out of school? Is what she said true? You need to think carefully. I finally understood. What a fuss it was. Jiang Shengqi hasn't dropped out yet. How strange. In my last life, no matter how I tried to stop him, he was determined to drop out. It was only after I secretly called his mom that I managed to intervene. In this life, I haven't interfered at all. So why hasn't he taken action yet? Could it be? A thought struck me. And I understood. It seems he doesn't love his little green plum as much as he pretends to. That's right. He's not a fool. Future and women. Which is more important? He should be able to figure it out. But the more it is like this, the angrier I get. Why did Jiang Shengqi blame everything on me in the last life, leaving me to die with grievances? Clearly, without me, he still wouldn't have dropped out. He just couldn't accept his own selfishness and cowardice. Only to make me take the blame. To be his punching bag. The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. Not dropping out. I just won't let you have your way. I've changed my mind. I'm not leaving. I plopped down on the sofa. It seems you don't care about her that much. Didn't you say you were dropping out for her? Why haven't you done it yet? Hu Yingying grabbed his sleeve. Tears welled in her eyes. Brother Shengqi. Do you think I embarrassed you by not passing the exam? That you don't want me anymore? Jiang Shengqi panicked. He grabbed her hand and said, Yingying, don't listen to that ugly monster's nonsense. She's just trying to sow discord between us. Is that so? Then when do you plan to drop out? Hu Yingying looked at him with great anticipation. Jiang Shengqi hesitated awkwardly. Classmates were also persuading him. Jiang Gu. You should think it over carefully. Yeah, the college entrance exam is quite competitive now. You have no idea about the special admission process. It's not that easy to get in. Yingying was unhappy. Are you looking down on Shengqi Gu? That's not what I mean. Yingying looked at him with adoration. Brother Shengqi, I believe in you. No matter where you are, you'll definitely shine. Jiang Shengqi was lifted by her praise. Feeling elated, I gave a cold smile. So, the Jiang Shengqi who can shine anywhere. Have you thought about when you'll drop out? The door was smashed open. A few heavily tattooed men came in. How Yingying, we finally found you. Do you think if you don't answer the phone, we won't be able to find you? Oh, you owe us so much money, and you still have the heart to party. Pay up. Otherwise, no one is going out today. Hu Yingying curled up in Jiang Shengqi's arms. Tears streaming down the corners of her eyes. Shengqi Ji, I'm scared. Jiang Shengqi shielded her behind him. Yingying, don't be afraid. I won't let anyone hurt you. Why can't you just talk to her properly about whatever it is you need? Jiang Shengqi hadn't finished speaking. Before he knew it, he was knocked to the ground by a punch. His nose was bleeding. As soon as they saw the blood, everyone ran outside. My roommate also pulled me along. I turned back and saw Hu Yingying pinned down on the sofa. Jiang Shengqi, who was on the floor, picked up the ashtray from the table. What are you looking at? Are you still planning to help him? How stupid. My roommate pulled me along as we ran faster. I had no idea what happened next. In any case, Jiang Shengqi no longer needed to drop out on his own initiative, because he got into a fight and turned the big brother into a vegetable, to be expelled from school. The once spirited young man aged overnight. Whenever a teacher mentioned him, it was always accompanied by a sigh. It was at this moment that I received a call from his mother. Xiaoye, what on earth happened? With Shengqi's good personality, how could he get into a fight with someone? I told Auntie. Auntie, I don't know. How can you not know? Aren't you his girlfriend? Is this how you take care of Shengqi? Oh, I almost forgot. Jiang Shengqi's mother, in my last life, was my dear mother-in-law. She was a real son's treasure. And in her eyes, her son was always right. No one was worthy of him. In my last life, I suffered quite a bit because of her. But that's all in the past now. Now that I don't even want my son, what's there to endure from my mother-in-law? You really are something. How can you not even know that your son is fighting? This was the first time I confronted Jiang Shengqi's mother. She was so angry, repeating "you" for half a day. And you didn't say a word. I told her, I broke up with your son a long time ago. Instead of wasting your time calling me, you might as well ask your goddaughter. Hu Yingying is the goddaughter of Jiang Shengqi's mother. At that time, Jiang Shengqi's mother did not take a liking to me. The sentence she said the most was, if Yingying were still alive, there's no way I would let Shengqi be with you. You are not even worth a fingernail of Yingying. Let's see what this fingernail can do for Jiang Shengqi. Soon, Jiang Shengqi came to find me. Did you report me to my mom? Lu Yu, how could you be so despicable? I couldn't be bothered with him and just walked ahead. He grabbed my hand. I'm talking to you. Didn't you hear me? I seized his hand, lifted it, yanked it, and threw him down. He was slammed to the ground by me, so shocked that he couldn't even close his mouth. If you don't want to get hit, then stay away from me. I clapped my hands and stood up, seeing his pained expression. You're so good at fighting. Why didn't you help me that night? I smiled. Who do you think you are? Why should I help you? Jiang Shengqi's expression was very desolate as he said, Xiao Yu, you've changed. I feel like I don't know you anymore. I couldn't be bothered to respond to him. I turned and left. The next day, I received another call from Jiang Shengqi's mom. Her attitude was quite good this time. I was somewhat surprised. Xiaoye, I've figured everything out. I'm really sorry. I misjudged you. The weasel comes to pay New Year's greetings to the chickens. It's not for any good reason. I raised an eyebrow and said, if you have something to say, just say it directly. Then I'll say it directly. She cleared her throat and said, Xiao Yu, did you go over on Shengqi's birthday that night as well? So what? Then you see, could you possibly go tell the police that you were the one who hit him, so that Shengqi can withdraw from school? Look at that. Is this even a human conversation? Xiao Yu, don't worry. Auntie will never treat you unfairly. You like Shengqi, right? As long as you take the fall for him in this matter, Auntie will immediately have you two engaged. From now on, you are our Jiang family's daughter-in-law. Auntie won't look down on your education at all. Just think about it. Your studies aren't as good as Shengqi's anyway. It's better for him to focus on his education. What's the use of studying so hard for a girl like you? In the future, you can stay at home to support your husband and raise children, while Shengqi works hard and earns money for you. What do you say? There's not a single word I want to hear. You've hit my sensitive spot perfectly. I smiled and said, all right then. Oh dear. She was on the other end, laughing uncontrollably. Xiao Yu, Auntie knew it all along. I didn't pick the wrong person. I also laughed so hard that I couldn't close my mouth, saying, you send me 5 million first and see my strength. Jiang Shengqi's mom was taken aback. Xiao Yu, what are you talking about? No 5 million. Still want to support me? Are you kidding me? I scolded her harshly. I hung up the phone before she could scold me. Support me? How ridiculous. In my last life, the prenatal checkup fees for my pregnancy were all paid by myself. Getting money from his pocket, Jiang Shengqi, is harder than climbing to the sky. Not to mention, there's also a mother-in-law who is so stingy. Relying on others is not as good as relying on oneself. I don't believe it. Can I possibly not learn better than Jiang Shengqi? Jiang Shengqi was quickly expelled. He also had to pay a hefty sum to the tattooed big brother. I thought he would become dispirited from then on. I didn't expect that they were so open-minded and even held a grand farewell banquet. Specifically, they sent me an invitation. I can't miss out on this chance to mooch off a meal. At the dinner table, Jiang Shengqi held Ying and told us, Ying and I are going to repeat a year. The classmates all wished them well, saying some polite words. Go for it, Brother Jiang. We'll be waiting for your return. See you next year, Brother Jiang. You'll definitely be fine. Maybe next time you come back you'll be the provincial champion. Yeah, Brother Jiang. Don't forget us when the time comes. Jiang Shengqi's expression was calm. And he deliberately looked at me, saying, after this, we probably won't meet again. My goal with Ying is Tsinghua and Peking University. Pfft. I couldn't help but laugh. Jiang Shengqi's expression changed. Lu Yu, what are you laughing at? Youth is such a blessing. You can sleep anywhere. What do you mean? A thoughtful roommate added. She said you were talking in your sleep. You. Classmates advised him. Brother Jiang, don't stoop to her level. That's right. A barely passing student who doesn't understand anything. Jiang Gu, we respect you. You will definitely pass the exam. Anyone with a dream is remarkable. I picked up a piece of rib and enjoyed it thoroughly. My roommate couldn't stand it and spoke up for me. Xiao Yu managed to squeeze in. But what about her? She can't even get in. Yet she's still talking big. Hu Ying's eyes turned red again. I know my grades aren't good. Shengqi brother, I've embarrassed you. Jiang Shengqi shot us a glare, holding her hand. It's okay. I'm here. You can definitely do it. Really? Let's wait and see. There is no new semester for Jiang Shengqi. I pushed myself even harder. Every day. It's nothing but studying. Participating in competitions everywhere. I seize every opportunity with all my might. And Jiang Shengqi also went to a repeating school. His mother would tell anyone. My son thinks the previous school wasn't good enough. So now he wants to repeat a year and apply to Tsinghua or Beida. This immediately caught the attention of the television station personnel. A student on a recommendation scholarship dropping out to repeat a year. Aiming for Tsinghua or Beida. What a sensational story. Jiang Shengqi directly trended on social media. Along with my privacy, it was also dug up by others. They said I was a fanatic admirer of Jiang Shengqi. I starved myself and worked hard to get into a school for him. Only for Jiang Shengqi to drop out. Netizens are quite idle. Everyone guesses that he chose to drop out in order to avoid me. I have also been mentioned repeatedly on the school forum. The onlookers are all scolding me. My roommate couldn't stand it and wanted to help me respond. I sigh. It wasn't necessary. I was holding the gold medal I had just received from the debate competition. I posted it on my social media. Sister is very busy. Losers don't queue. This post, as expected, was also screenshotted and shared online. Her roommate called her friends to be my water army. What a nice way to say that you're dropping out for Qiangbai. But isn't it because you were expelled for fighting? Is it that the internet has no memory? His expulsion notice is still posted on the school's official website. And they've all forgotten. What? Jiang Shengqi was expelled. Didn't he drop out voluntarily? That night, I received a call from an unfamiliar number. Lu Yu, are you really that concerned about me? It was just a breakup. Why can't you let it go? I glanced at my phone. It was 9:30. Aren't you going to evening self-study? Jiang Shengqi was taken aback. Then said arrogantly, do you think everyone is like you, needing to seize every moment to study in order to get into college? I smiled. Perhaps being a guaranteed student had made Jiang Shengqi too full of himself. So much so that he forgot his own shortcomings. He was granted a recommendation for the biology competition. He was extremely uneven in his studies. If he really took the college entrance examination, He might not necessarily be successful. I see you're so focused on internet trends. You probably don't have time to study either. Hu Yingying took advantage of her trending moment and created an account. The daily life of repeat couples. The number of followers skyrocketed to 500,000 overnight and is still increasing. Her vlog content is very rich. Two people eat, go on dates, watch movies, and play claw machines. Doing everything, except studying. I hear things are quite chaotic over at Jiang Shengqi's side. I guess he's out running around with Hu Yingying again. Lu Yu, are you concerned about me? I nodded and said, of course I'm concerned. Otherwise, when you fail your exam, how will I be the first to laugh at you? Oh, right. Have you lost your memory? Let me correct you. It was me who dumped you. Jiang Shengqi angrily hung up the phone. I also threw my phone aside. Then I continued answering questions. I am so absorbed in studying that I can't extricate myself. I quickly forgot about Jiang Shengqi. During the winter break when I returned home, I heard that something had happened in Jiang Shengqi's family. I don't even know which little thug they offended. They came demanding money, and when they didn't get it, they smashed the house. His mother was so furious she fell ill. Girl, it's good that you broke up with him. Otherwise, it would really be a sin. Are you sick with anger? How can I miss out on such a good thing? I followed the neighbors to visit Jiang Shengqi's mother in the hospital. I found out only after I went. She lay alone in bed, with no one to take care of her. Where's Shengqi? Yeah, why haven't I seen her? Jiang Shengqi's mother forced a smile and said, he's busy with his studies. It's fine. I'm okay on my own. Oh, your Shengqi is really promising. Once he gets into Qingbei next year, you'll have nothing to worry about. Yes, he's the first student from our academy to get into Qingbei. I couldn't be bothered to listen to their mutual flattery. I slipped away. Just as I walked into the bathroom, I heard some indescribable noises. This won't do. Someone is coming. Don't worry. It'll be quick. Give me a kiss, and I'll give you my life. I almost burst out laughing. So this is what Jiang Shengqi's learning is like. It's quite extravagant in a playful way. I deliberately turned on the faucet, and sure enough, I heard them go silent. But soon, the noise grew louder. Are you really not avoiding people? I let out a cold snort and turned to leave, seeing Aunt Chi coming over. Xiaoye, hurry back. Your mom is looking for you. Okay. Auntie. I watched her walk into the bathroom. Aunt Chi. But she was known as the loudest horn in our courtyard. 1, 2, 3. I counted to 3 and heard a sharp, piercing shout come from the bathroom. Help. Someone stop the pervert. A man has entered the women's restroom. I couldn't help but laugh with satisfaction, dragging my parents away. The news about Jiang Shengqi entering the women's restroom spread through the group in less than an afternoon. Jiang Shengqi's mother felt embarrassed and quietly left the group. My dad shook his head repeatedly, while my mom kept looking at me with a strange expression. Yeah, you and him. Mom, don't worry. We haven't even held hands. It's very safe. My mom nodded, relieved. That's good. That's good. I am an ordinary person. Once I started dating, I naturally wanted something to happen with the crush I've had for so long. But Jiang Shengqi would always push me away. Either he'd say he wasn't feeling well, or that we were still too young. Thank you, Hu Yingying. If it weren't for him keeping a widow's vigil for her all this time, I would have been ruined long ago. Thinking of that scene, it makes me sick. I went downstairs to take out the garbage and saw Jiang Shengqi. Pretend not to see. Threw away the trash and ran. He called out to me, Xiao Yu. I didn't stop my steps. He came up and tried to grab me. I pulled away, and he was startled into letting go of my hand, giving a wry smile. I didn't expect you to dislike me so much now. Do you need something from me? He looked at me and said, Xiaoye, there's one thing I would like to ask of you. What? Yingying is pregnant. Could you lend me some money? I declined gracefully. I turned and walked away. He got angry, grabbed my hand, and said, Lu Yu, when we were dating, you received quite a few gifts from me. You better return all those things now, or I'll call the police on you. Those pieces of junk he gave. Also called a gift. Now that I think about it, it must have been that little green tea. Hu Ying. Who suggested it to him? It's not the Death Barbie pink lipstick. It's a condom that looks like chocolate. Once. It was even more outrageous. They gifted me a designer bag with made in Dongguan, China written on it. Are you treating me like a junk collector? I pointed at the shoes he was wearing and said, sure. Then take off the shoes I'm giving you first. These are proper shoes I lined up to grab from the counter. Really. Genuine. Unlike his Dongguan bag. Jiang Shengqi's expression changed. And he said, I didn't expect you to be such a worldly girl. Yes. You're not worldly. You're the noblest. Then why are you unwilling to return the shoes to me? What? You know you can't afford the real ones. Huh. Jiang Shengqi was already full of pride. Provoked by me, he directly took off the shoes and threw them at me. Who cares about your shoes? I picked up the shoes and threw them in the trash can. At night, I deliberately took a pair of scissors downstairs. In the stillness of the night, I saw a person sneaking around, rummaging through something by the trash can, looking for shoes. Jiang Shengqi was startled, turned around, and said somewhat awkwardly, don't be so vain. Who's interested in your shoes? Then what do you have in your hand? He let go, and the shoe fell to the ground. I picked it up and cut it to pieces with scissors. He was heartbroken. Lu Yu, aren't you just wasting things? It was bought with my sister's money, so I can do whatever I want with it. Even if I cut it up, I won't give it to you. Jiang Shengqi was furious, pointing at me. Lu Yu, don't you regret it? I was laughing to death. What other leverage does he have to tell me about regret? Returning to school, I realized I had been cyberbullied. The two of them shot a video confession session. They talked about his ex-girlfriend. As they chatted, Hu Ying cried, Shengqi, are you still thinking about her? Don't overthink it. But I clearly saw it. She was looking for you to chat yesterday. Why are you afraid to admit it? The video abruptly cut off at this moment. A crowd of people swarmed into our school's official account. They called me a mistress. They pressured the school to expel me. The teacher couldn't withstand the pressure and found me. What on earth is going on with you all? I shook my head, indicating my lack of understanding. I don't know. I blocked him a long time ago. Maybe he has other girlfriends. The teacher sighed and said, don't respond. And don't get entangled with them. Focus on preparing for the debate competition and don't get distracted. I agree. I didn't want to pay them any attention in the first place. But the public opinion online is growing stronger. Soon, there will be an entry. Lu Yu video. Someone said they got an intimate video of me and Jiang Shengqi. Scan the code to join the group and claim it. Is there even such a thing? How come I didn't know about it myself? I also scanned the code to join. There really is a video. It really is our faces. AI face swap. The teacher approached me again and said, the public outcry is too strong right now. Don't go to the competition this time. Why should he? I've already broken up with him. Why won't he just let me go? Jiang Shengqi called me. As long as you apologize, I can make all the videos disappear overnight. I scoffed. In your dreams. I lurked in all the video groups. I took screenshots of everything they said to insult me. I took screenshots of all the videos posted. Gathering evidence. I went to the police station. The next day, the police made an announcement. All the rumormongers paid the price. But that was still far from enough. I know. They were just pulled out to be sacrificed. The instigator. Nothing at all. Just because of that ex-girlfriend's video. They gained 1 million followers. Now they're not even repeating it anymore. Every day, they go live to sell goods. They tread on my flesh and blood, raking in profits. As for me, I have prepared for the competition for a whole year. All because of them. The qualification to take the stage has been revoked. I won't let them off the hook. I'm going to approach someone. The younger brother of that tattooed big guy from back in the day. I asked him, do you want to take revenge for your older brother? He nodded and asked me, what do you want me to do? I deliberately staged a show in the bar. After that incident, Jiang Shengqi was now afraid of dying and dared not fight easily. He was already over 18 years old. Trying again might not be as simple as just losing money. So, when the thug came looking for trouble, Jiang Shengqi pushed Hu Yingying out without hesitation. He ran away. At this moment, the male lead I arranged appeared. My little brother has a solid foundation. After my transformation, he is much more handsome than Jiang Shengqi. Hu Yingying did not recognize him. She still thought she had been saved by a rich second-generation heir. They soon fell in love. Hu Yingying started following the younger brother around, hanging out in various places. He opened the door to a new world for her. Before long, she had lost interest in Jiang Shengqi. To fit into her world, Jiang Shengqi stopped studying as well. Every day, he just hung around behind her. However, his little brother was not truly a wealthy second generation. I don't have that much money to renovate him either. Soon the truth revealed itself. He came to me, sighed, and said, "I'm sorry, I messed things up." I shook my head and said, "No. You did just fine." If it really was my little brother who ruined her life, I would still feel a pang of guilt, thinking it was me who harmed her. But now, she's dumped my little brother. Then from now on, no matter what price she has to pay, it has nothing to do with me anymore. I wasn't mistaken. After the little brother, Hu Yingying clearly looked down on Jiang Shengqi. Their account has not been updated for a long time. When I returned home on vacation, Jiang Shengqi's mother no longer mentioned her son's exams for Qingbei. It seems she also feels that her son is destined to be unrelated to Qingbei. Hu Yingying began to socialize. She attempted to use her looks to hook up with a rich second generation. And she succeeded. Right downstairs in our neighborhood, Hu Yingying got into a sports car. Jiang Shengqi hunched his back, his silhouette desolate. It was at that moment that he saw me. "Xiao Yu. Long time no see." I ignored him completely and continued walking forward. He caught up with me and said, "Xiao Yu. Do I still have a chance?" I doubted if I had heard him wrong. "What did you say?" He gave a wry smile and shook his head, saying, "Lu Yu, if I can get into Qingbei, would you be willing to give me another chance?" I looked at him as if he were dreaming. "There's only a month left until the college entrance exam. Do you think you still have a chance?" Jiang Shengqi had changed his ways, no longer pursuing Hu Yingying, and was obediently staying at the review school, pushing hard for the final month. Her mother had returned to her arrogant self. Every day in the group, she boasted, "When my son gets into Qingbei, everyone come to my house for a meal." Okay, she even specifically ed me, "Xiaoye, your aunt knows that you have worked very hard to attend the same university as Shengqi. It's just a pity that the sparrow and the swan are destined to inhabit different worlds. You should find someone to marry as soon as possible and stop harboring these futile hopes." I replied with a smile. "Care to place a bet? What do you want to bet on?" "I bet your son won't pass. The loser will disappear forever." Jiang Shengqi's mother was being very arrogant. "Let's bet then. Who's afraid of you? Just wait for your move." Crazy. I shook my head, not wanting to stoop to the level of an idiot. Hu Yingying was quickly dumped by the rich second generation. She cried and yelled, even threatening him. The result was that her account was banned across the entire network. Even the places where she could sell her misfortunes for money were gone. She quickly sought out Jiang Shengqi again. Jiang Shengqi told me, "She came looking for me. Don't worry, Xiaoye. You are the only one in my heart. This time, I won't lose myself again." Nerves. I blocked him. He always contacts me with different phone numbers. One comes, one gets blocked. I am currently busy preparing for the CT6 exam and don't have time to deal with him. A few days later, I heard about their latest developments. It's complicated. This time, I used a different account. Hu Yingying carefully prepared a surprise, hoping for reconciliation. She recorded the entire process of preparing the surprise on her account. Jiang Shengqi might have been moved by her. At the end of the video, the two embraced each other. The comments section was filled with blessings. Occasionally, there were a few videos criticizing her, but they were also inundated with fans of the couple. In the night, I received a message again from a new unknown number. "We were just playing around. Xiaoye, Wait for me. I blocked him again. Where did he get so many phone numbers from? The college entrance examination is coming soon. The night before, Jiang Shengqi called me again. Xiaoye, can you cheer me on? I hadn't even spoken yet. Suddenly, a shout came from the other end. Jiang Shengqi, who are you on the phone with? Is it Lu Yu? Are you shameful or what? She won't even pay you any attention. Why are you still chasing after her? If you keep this up, I won't shoot videos with you anymore. Let's see where you go to make money. Jiang Shengqi was also provoked by her words. Shut up. Don't push me. What if I push you? Do you dare to lay a hand on me? I heard something being overturned on the other end. Things were shattered all over the ground. The two were grappling with each other. The girl let out a scream of pain. I didn't want to listen any longer. I hung up the phone. Jiang Shengqi did not take the college entrance exam. Jiang Shengqi's mother also left the group chat. A few days later, she moved out. It wasn't because of my bet. It was because the creditors showed up and sealed her house. Hu Yingying was vain. She wanted to integrate into the circle of the rich second generation. But she had no money. She borrowed a large sum of money from outside. If she couldn't pay it back, she'd borrow again, tearing down the east wall to patch up the west wall. The interest keeps compounding more and more. And her guarantor for the loan is Jiang Shengqi. It is said that she secretly pressed her thumbprint while Jiang Shengqi was asleep. But that no longer matters. Hu Yingying, an orphan, was unmanageable for the debt collectors. So they approached Jiang Shengqi's mother. And then there's Jiang Shengqi. He caused Hu Yingying to have a miscarriage due to domestic violence. And Hu Yingying sued him. The two are currently in a legal battle. For the time being, he probably doesn't have time to retake the exam. As for Tsinghua and Peking University, that's even more like a pipe dream. However, none of this has anything to do with me anymore, because I am going to take the graduate entrance examination. 2 years later, I received an admission notice from Tsinghua University and Peking University. On the way home, I saw someone at the bottom of the building. Jiang Shengqi looked much more weathered, wearing a white shirt that had turned yellow from washing. Dark circles hung under his eyes. And he looked quite unwell. He looked at me and said, "You're back. Do you need something from me?" Jiang Shengqi looked at the envelope in my hand. Inside was the admission notice. He smiled and said, "Congratulations. You've finally gotten what you wished for and managed to get rid of me." What he said sounded rather strange. Jiang Shengqi sighed and said, "Lu Yu, I remember everything." Goosebumps spread all over my body. He looked at me and said, "But even if in the last life, I was the one who wronged you, you don't have to take revenge on me like this. Why don't you care for me? Why do you just watch me get expelled? Why didn't you like me the most? Why?" He was very agitated. He grabbed my neck. I couldn't catch my breath. I was on the verge of suffocation. "What are you doing?" A boy came rushing in and kicked him away. "Xiao Yu, are you okay?" "He is my senior. He has been pursuing me, but I haven't given in yet." I shook my head and said, "It's nothing. Let's go. Don't mind a madman." Jiang Shengqi might have really gone mad. He shouted on the ground, "Does he know you gave birth to my child?" The senior's expression froze. And he turned around. "What nonsense are you talking about?" He wanted to punch him. I held him back. I looked at Jiang Shengqi calmly. "Do you feel it's very unfair right now? Why is it that despite having nothing on par with you, I managed to get into Tsinghua or Peking University? And you, a student with guaranteed admission, ended up in such a situation?" Jiang Shengqi sneered at me. "The answer is simple. While you and Hu Yingying were wasting your life, I was preparing for the competition. While you were wasting your talent, I was staying up late to solve problems. I may not be as smart as you, nor am I a genius, but I work harder than you. The early bird catches the worm. You must have heard that, right?" Jiang Shengqi still sneered. "Lu Yu, it's not your place to educate me. You barely scraped through to college. What right do you have? You're simply not as good as me. None of you are as good as me. All useless. Only I am a genius. I am a genius." Jiang Shengqi went mad. He roamed around the high school gate every day. He would tell anyone he met, "I'm a direct admit student. I'm a genius. I am a student recommended for this school. You know, my name is on the honor wall. You know." Every day. It's his mom who drags him back home. His mom turned gray overnight. No longer is there the arrogance from before. The reporters from the television station have come to interview several times. The student who was guaranteed admission to a top university dropped out and went crazy after failing the sprint to Tsinghua and Beida. This title is much more sensational than the previous one. Jiang Shengqi's M. Other chased them away with scolding. After that, I didn't hear any news from them. I heard that his mother was embarrassed. She threw him into a mental hospital. Also because I couldn't afford the expensive treatment. They took him back to the countryside. And these are no longer my concern. Because I have already soared higher in higher. No one, nothing, can obstruct my stride to fly. Seeing Hu Yingying's message again is on the trending list. A faded internet celebrity was stabbed to death on the street. It turned out she was at it again, trying to charm a wealthy second generation. Only this time, she found herself entangled with a married man, discovered by the legitimate wife. She was stabbed to death on the street. The original spouse has mental issues. In a way, she died for nothing. The absurdity of the past among the three of us. And it has been dug up again by netizens. It's just that this time the netizens are all against her. They all scold her as a mistress. It's understandable. After all, I am now a professor at Tsinghua and Peking University. Open courses online for free. My students are spread across the world. How could they possibly watch me being criticized? The truth of the world is nothing more than a mix of fact and fiction. All depending on the words of the people. The day I trended online, the senior approached me. He handed me a ring. "Will you marry me?" I shook my head and said, "You know, I'm against marriage." The senior was anxious and said, "I'm not like him. I will give you freedom. I won't make you a housewife. You can continue doing anything you want. I'm begging you, marry me." His expression was sincere, but I just smiled. Rhetorical question. Why should my freedom be given to me by you? There are so many beautiful things in this world. The sky is high and the sea is vast, allowing me to soar.